Back to my channel. Today I'm fixing to take the Vulcan 1600. I have let it set overnight with new oil in it and all. I run it a little bit yesterday, did a little short trip on it, and hopefully some of that Kawasaki oil got up in the rock arms, and let's see how she's going to sound. It's a little bit quieter. It's not clanking as loud as it was yesterday. That's a good sign. Now, let's see how this clutch is going to do. Yep, it jumped. Okay, well, I got a few things to do today, so let's go ahead and get started. Let this vehicle pass. It's starting to sound quieter, but I'm afraid I might have another little issue with this thing. I've been thinking I put some gas in it over there in Slocum, and I had a hard time cranking it, and opened up the throttle just a little bit and it stopped turning over. Anyway, what I'm thinking is going on, I'm going to end up having to pull this breather box right here off. And I need to go in there and look at that throttle positioning sensor, because I think that might have been messed with from a while back. I don't know this to be for sure, but when you get an old bike, somebody else done had, and you don't know exactly what has been done, what has not been done. So I'm kind of looking at that issue right there, and I'm just wondering if the throttle positioning sensor has been messed with. At least I think I'm calling it right. I just need to get in there and look at it. I need to take another look at these spark plugs. Now I feel like that and over there is going to be dry, but I need to look and see how smutted up they are. If they are smutted, then that tells me that the throttle positioning sensor has been adjusted and it's putting more gas into the motor than what it needs, because this thing on about 2 gallons of gas, 45 miles, and it's like, nah, this thing is drinking gas too much. Well, like I said, I'll just get it back in there, Before I go for the ride, I was, planning on riding it a few miles today, but after that incident at the gas station and the way it was doing, it's like, I better just bring it on back down to the hangar and put it in and let it cool down and take it apart and take a look at some of this stuff. See if it has been adjusted or messed with. Okay, well, I reckon that'll do it for right now. I don't think I'm going to end the video just yet. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to pull the plugs and let's take a look at, see what them plugs look like. And then probably pull this box off over here and let's take a look inside there. Anyway, I'll be right back in just a few minutes, y'all. Alright, well, let's see how this thing's gonna crank. That sounded okay. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is put it in front of the fan. Matter of fact, I should have pulled it up even further. Put this thing in front of the fan, let it cool down. I'll pull the plugs out in just a little bit and pull that side off over there, and let's see what's going on. Okay, I have already taken this section off to where you can see where that throttle positioning sensor is, and that's it right there. Maybe I got the camera at the right angle, but that's it right there, and the wires is up there on top of it. But I was just looking at it, and from what I could tell, it don't look like it's been touched. Of course, that don't mean that it can't be bad. Also, I'm just gonna have to find out more about it, to where I find out what the ohms is supposed to be at idle and wide open throttle. Maybe I can find out that information right there. Oh, but it feels like, I got a feeling it's flooding just a little, even though it's got brand new injectors in. I just put them in. But while we at it, let me go ahead and remove this rear plug. I'm just curious to know what they're gonna look like. Now the other side, that's the one where that plug was staying wet. This plug has not been pulled out in a while. Well, when I say a while, I'm talking about like 2 months, because I started working on this motorcycle probably about 2.5 to 3 months ago. Yes. Now you see how dark that plug is? Smutted up. Now that is a sign of too much gas being put to it. So, I mean, it's even black around the thread parts. But yeah. Now it's running just a little bit too rich. Well, while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that front plug. Then I'm gonna go back over there to that plug and take a look at it, because I know that rear injector that was in here, it was sticking. I'm gonna move my light out the way. Maybe that'll be fine right there. So I need to put that hose back right there. Yeah, I'm gonna end up sticking all this back together. Well, doggone. There we go. See what this one looks like. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, it's also, yeah. See how black that is? It's using too much gas. Right there. Let me pull that rear plug back out. I just want to compare the two. Because another thing it could be is the computer. And I hope it ain't that. Because it could be the computer is sending too much voltage or not too much voltage. What I'm trying to say is it might be making that injector work hard. Or shoot more gas in the cylinders, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's a drier look than what that is. Huh. Okay. That's so that plug goes there, that plug goes there. Alright, well I'm fixing to put everything back together on this side, and I'll see y'all over there on the other side. I'm going to pull that rear plug out and see what it looks like. Yeah, I got the light and all set up over here on this other side. I already got the other side put back together. I'm going to look at that front plug on this one too, right here. Let's see. Well, that plug looks fine. Of course, this is the plug I just stuck in there when I put the new injectors in. Alright. Well, it does not appear to be wet. That's good. So the wet plug problem is solved. Now I just got to find out how come it acts like it wants to flood when it's running. See what this plug looks like. See, now that plug looks almost perfect, except for it's dry, yes, but there's a little bit of oil that probably could have come off from where but as far as it goes for these two plugs, now this plug's been in for a while. This one has just been put in. From what I could tell, these plugs look just fine. That don't make no kind of sense. But I do know when when I put some gas in it over there in Slocum, it didn't want to crank. It spun over, spun over, spun over, spun over, spun over. All right, then I opened up the throttle just a little and it quit. I mean, it just, like it, gas shot in there and locked the motor down for just a brief moment. Then let off the starter, went back to starter, it, fired up. But at the same time, I should have got a lot more than just 45 miles off of 2 gallons of gas. See, that's another thing that got me thinking, I don't know what the gas mileage is supposed to be on these 1600s, but you know, 45, that's about 22 and a half miles per gallon. This thing should be getting a little bit better than 22 miles to a gallon. And that's the reason why I'm thinking it's something to do with electronics or something. But at least I say I'm real happy about that rear plug now. It's fine. The leakage is stopped. Now I just got to find out how come it's putting too much gas in there. Alright, well I reckon that'll do it for this video. Nothing got accomplished on it. It's just, you know, checking things, you know, and seeing what ifs. But I reckon that'll do it for this video. Thank you for watching.